like that's your fucking life. Like that's just depressing. Like, how do you live like that?
How'd you even
How do you
talk?
live with no goals or
Yeah,
yeah,
outside of just working for a boss about things you don't care about. This is fucking crazy. What the fuck? Who are you
like the
people?
family is enough for them and that's their life. Like and like what is there to talk about then? Like other than generic social bullshit, which I don't even like because it just feels like I'm visiting you to. I mean, it's not a bad thing necessarily, but like I don't want to sit there and you know socialize all the fucking time to people like that. It's just
Hmm.
not fun and
Oh wow.
yeah, I don't know.
What's happening with Pluto? What the fuck? An offline screen. That's alright, the connecting screen. Not good. Yeah, I'm playing TG by the way, I'm streaming.
Nice.
Yeah. You gave me the idea. Yeah, I can't do those NPC social interactions of I'd see that I'd see what you call it? Yeah, my mom dragging me to things, and then them talking. I'm thinking, this is what you talk about. This is what you want to talk about. I would have killed myself listening
Yeah.
to you guys talk, and I have to go with my mom because my mom was a single parent, so um, I'm just getting dragged along with my mom to places, and I'm thinking I just want to stay at home. I just want to do things at home because this is fucking boring. But also just going to places I don't
Mm.
care about too. I didn't care about going to the zoo or anything. Um, and because she exists on a different tempo to me, she is. I'm thinking I'm just somebody that I just want to go. I just want to move through things quickly. For her, it's just a whole day thing, and then just let's just like slowly and chill and stuff, and look at things. I'm thinking I had a timer just the whole time in my life. I just wanted to just can we just go? Can we just go? Boom, boom, boom. And my mom would take me with her shopping, and to me, this has probably made me like really quite anti-consumer because I can't
Mm.
stand having people go around to places and then think this actually might be just a super ingrained thing. Like, I understand that a lot of things are just probably most things are not super logical. But I wonder if I just had it is because of being dragged around shopping and then seeing you buy sort of clothes that I can't even really distinguish between just over and over again. You're just doing that on a frequent basis. You're just doing this. It's just a thing that you can do, and then just finding out later on in life that there is just a really big fast fashion problem where there is a lot of waste produced by fast fashion companies because people are kind of buying clothes and then hearing about Mirage sort of re-gifting the same clothes that the person already had to the person, and then them saying so, oh yeah, thank you. They didn't even realize. I'm thinking, what? I would definitely know if I had a piece of clothing in my wardrobe that I knew about. I mean, that's crazy not knowing about that.
Yeah.
But you have so many, you just have such an abundance of things that you've bought, and you actually go, and that's a hobby for you to go shopping. You've sort of your hobby is turned into something that's putting money into other people's pockets. I think in a way, I think, oh, okay, I'm getting like on some level, I'm getting fucked. I'm getting fucked. And I don't want to be fucked. I don't want to be some tool for somebody to enrich themselves. So I always saw that as a waste of time. But also, it's not an expression of artistic thing. It's not you being a creative or something. BO1 is on some level creative at least, where you're trying to figure out different strats and you're trying to figure out a level to execute that particular strat so you can get the particular goal that you're aiming for. And that's really sick. I think that's a really positive thing about gaming and gaming cultures and these niche subcultures that exist within gaming without want to super speed run things, and then what do you call it, or just other cultures and or other cultures that exist in the world where it's, oh yeah, I want to draw or something, or I want to work towards something that's even on a physical level where so
Yeah, people
I'm
need to get
knitting.
more creative. People are fucking just so
Hmm.
bland nowadays.
Hmm.
It's just
I think
sad.
people have always been bland on some level.
Mm. Probably true. Probably
Hmm.
true.
I think I think a lot of things are homogenizing in terms of it's very scary. I went to Slovakia, that's where my mom's from, and talking to people my age and they're just speaking perfect English and they're talking about shows that are from UK and America, I'm thinking you should know about these things. I like going to a place and oh, you have your own sort of different things that you consume and stuff. I don't want to go to another place and then just go, oh, McDonald's, oh, it's another McDonald's. And then, hearing Bill Burr go, oh my God, Saudi Arabia has KFC. And I'm thinking, that's not a good thing. They should have their own sort of culture,
Yeah, no,
that
it's not good.
you should
They do
go.
actually.
Would you say?
They do have their own kind of KFC, by the way. But keep going, sorry.
But no, but as in actual KFC over there. I'm thinking this is a problem. I don't want to go to a place and then see things that I already know exist, where I'm from or where the dominant culture's from. I mean that's honestly really shitty. I really dislike that, and I think that homogenization makes people less in it makes different culture it makes it so I like when different cultures run in parallel where they're just not maybe there's some interactions, right, but they're just working on their own thing, because when you have a bunch of people working on their own thing you actually come up with a bunch of different creative things, because the people in the mountains are creating their own thing, and then people in the lowlands are creating their own thing. It's actually really cool to have both things existing. It's like, oh, I can interact with this and interact with that. That's really cool. But then when you go to another place and they're just interacting with the same things that you're interacting with,
creativity needs like inspiration. It can't be done like always by yourself. Like,
but I also want things to exist distinctly too. So you're in your own place.
You should be unique.
Exactly. That's what I want. Be unique, work on your own things, and yeah, just seeing the sort of homogenization of culture all around the world, especially people of our age. Well, that's kind of scary to me. So I'd rather you not speak English. I just want to be talking to you in, a bunch of, scuffed languages trying to, somehow communicate. I think, honestly, on some level, I think that's cool. So I do have a problem with this homogenization. It makes a lot of places in the world quite bland, I think. To have different hobbies. Now going to a place and then say, oh yeah, I play Call of Duty. Man, on some level, I just want to kill myself listening to that. Don't you have your own games that you want to play or something? It's cool that in Korea they love StarCraft and they're the best of it. That's just really cool. And fighting games are bigger in Japan. I guess specifically Street Fighter. Now, I think to me that's very enjoyable. I think I like that. I wish things were like that, but alas, they're not. Yeah, I'm just loving playing on, 2 FPS. I don't know why my game's lagging.
Could you be playing on or actually is your PC good? Like it can just run extra graphics on that bitch?
No, it's because I was loading something up. I just I restarted my Firefox. But yeah, my game can run this game easily. Actually play under the settings. It's BL1, this game is very old. It's funny because I never had to change any of my specs once I got my Twitch unbound. In 7 years and 10 months, the specs have just stayed the same. Never felt a need to upgrade. It's really funny.
I mean, if it does what you want it to do, like what's the fucking point in wasting money?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I'm not one of those people that care about playing the newest game because I have, this weird sort of... I think a lot of people play the latest games because they want to be a part of the conversation. It's sort of a payment to exist in a social setting rather than actually playing the game, playing the game itself. And because I don't have that social need, and I have people that will just play niche games, I just have a whole... Frenzy gave me an account that just does all the games that he has on there on his account, family shared to it, so I can just play a bunch of games. But I don't care about playing the new ones necessarily. I just play whatever games I want.
Yeah, I don't mean no new games don't even like they don't have the same appeal as old games do, to be honest, for me. So I just stick to the old shit, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just makes me happy. So I mean, no point in fucking upgrading if I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're playing Zekiro.
But I mean, truthfully, I do. But
Oh no, you're not. I thought you were. Bro, I got scammed. You gotta change your game category. What the hell?
What'd you say?
I said I thought you were playing Zekiro. I got scammed. I clicked on the screen.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, hold on. Let me
TV.
get Nightbot into this. Yeah, there is also this thing too, with graphics where graphics getting and I hate the word that is used in the industry now, and it's just sort of taken over because it's actually not what it means. Like fidelity has nothing to do with something looking realistic. I mean, like more like verisimilitude or something. I don't know what the fuck they say. It's just, it's like I have fidelity in my relationships. Like, what is it, HD or something? No, it just means like your partner doesn't go out and, you know, do things behind your back. That's what that means. It means trust. So I don't even know why the word is used. I'm never going to use it. I'm talking about graphics looking sort of hyper realistic. This obsession that exists too is also just such a harbinger of doom to what do you call it? Hold on, signing on Joe Arthur. It's a harbinger of doom because it just costs so much to make games with these graphics that really poorly optimized. It's such a big problem. How do I get this join channel, please? Okay.
optimization just isn't even a thing anymore. Like it just doesn't exist. I don't think. Like
I'm hearing
for
horror
some reason
stories.
it feels like every single game nowadays is just poorly optimized. Like they just don't know how to do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Feels weird inviting Nightbot back into my channel. It's a thing that just shouldn't be done. But yeah, optimization is horrible now. Hearing about frame generation, I'm sort of just cackling to myself. I'm thinking this is just so bullshit. And the upscaling bullshit, I'm thinking, so you're just faking frames and you're faking. Now I haven't utilized.
What the fuck is frame generate? What?
Yeah,
Is that some like AI bullshit?
I think on some level it is, yeah. I've not interacted with the technology. I've only heard about it, where it just generates fake frames, so they're not real frames. They're sort of emulating frames on some level. So a lot of poorly optimized games recently. I'm talking about Lego games doing this, where you know, by the way,
Lego games.
yeah, no. There's this Lego Batman game that came out recently. And then the recommended specs couldn't even get you, you know, a correct FPS. That's just how bad the games are.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Like...
It's fucking Lego. How do you make a Lego game not up to... It's Lego! What are you talking about here? I played Lego games on my 360. Now, obviously, the games look... I don't even use the word better. In terms of, there is a kid playing Lego Batman now that's just having a better experience than me. I just refuse to believe that. Oh, yeah, you know, they're actually having a better time than me. It's actually a better game. So I don't think so. I actually completely refuse to believe that they're having a better time than I did as a kid. I was having the time of my life. Fuck you. And so they've made an unoptimized mess, and they didn't even give the kids a better time. So, Daddy, why am I getting 10 FPS? Nah, they won't even know. They're just saying, why does the game look so choppy? Why does it look like a Microsoft slideshow? That's a problem, man. That's a real fucking problem to me. And that's just allowed to happen. That's just something that's just allowed to happen. It's just proliferated all throughout the industry. Nah, that's disgusting. That's a waste of time. Yeah, I'll play. There are so many old games I haven't played that are incredibly good. That I would just rather be playing. So, you know, let me play these games that I've missed out on, because I couldn't have possibly played all the games out of that have come out in a particular time. It's actually not possible. So let me go and do that. Actually, big problem.
Just because they know they can get away with it and just spend less time on the game, like
They haven't got away with it. That's the problem. They haven't been getting away with it. it's probably because these are teams making it. I don't think they. I think it's the incentive structures are completely fucked, and then these incentive structures are creating products that are just so subpar, and I don't think anyone on any level wanted this to happen. I think the people that made these incentives probably didn't think a game could turn out this badly because they're incompetent at some level at their jobs. I think the devs are probably, wow, you know, I've been crunching, trying to, you know, get this game working, and I simply these sorts of the limitations that you put on me have just made me completely unable to make these games. That's a really big problem in terms of, I guess the games are now, you know, really big, right? The sort of structures that exist making these games, it seems it was about AAA games, and if these incentives suck, that's not going to be, you know, a developer's fault. I always say fuck the devs, but usually the devs are probably not even, you know, the worst part. It's probably, you know, the lead cunt, and you know the what do you call it, the shareholders, you know, fucking things up. And I know that happened with was it Cyberpunk 2077, where they're trying to rush out the game and the people are saying it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Shit incentives. And if the shareholders knew how bad the game was going to be on launch, I don't think they would have done it. Again, these are not, you know, creatives at the helm. These are, you know, a bunch of dipshits that don't know anything about gaming, but they're sort of dictating when these games should come out.
They're a business. Like, they don't actually know anything about the fucking games like that come out. They don't care. Like, I highly doubt, like, the CEO of fucking Activision or whatever, like, gives a singular fuck about video games. I doubt he even plays them. I'm pretty sure he just
no idea, honestly.
To be there. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, he's just making money.
Who the fuck knows what these guys are doing? I'm not too well informed about it. But on some level, they're incompetent, I don't think.
Absolutely.
That's not even to say that video games weren't also incompetently run before, too. Because they were.
They were, yeah.
Just not as bad as it is now. That's the thing I hate the most too, which is, I was talking about this with zombies. Why is there always this sort of Stockholm syndrome of, oh, you know, the last card game wasn't even that bad because this current card game is even worse. So I wouldn't, to me, everything past BL1 could have been so much better than it was. And I think I'll give BL2, you know, I like that game. BL3, I couldn't accept it on any level. I think having AATs, you know, 255 round cap, but that actually matters, I guess, on BL2, and it started to matter now, you know, years later. But the, what would you call it? AATs, the round number doesn't even show up. It's just 000, yeah. And that's just a thing that you just on launch. Are you guys stupid? People have gotten round 100 before. You know that, right? You think that it wouldn't exist now when you added, you know, a Wonderwaff machine to every single gun and, you know, a T gun? Yeah, you're crazy. Yeah, crazy.
I don't think they thought anybody would care. I think everybody was so in love with like the Easter eggs in BO2 that they just decided to put all their effort into that and just not give a fuck about the core of their game. So when they just stopped caring.
Yeah, Easter eggs were the harbinger of doom.
I don't know, but it seems very clear to me. Like with the gobblegums too. Like that shit's ridiculous.
Oh, that was disgusting. Yeah, one of the most predatory mechanics ever. I think at the start it wasn't horrible, but I really don't. I just want the game to be exactly the same when you start it in 2016 to when you start it in 2026. That should just, after obviously the patch cycle exists. I understand there's gonna be a patch cycle, so it can't be the same. But I don't like this loadout. I don't like customizing class. I don't want this. I call it padding, or I call it sort of extrinsic motivation. For me, zombies is a purely intrinsic motivation game in terms of you spawn in and the goal is to sort of beat your own round. There isn't sort of anything guiding you to say, you know.
It's literally a high score game mode. Like they
exactly.
They decided to throw that in the fucking garbage for, like, actually... I mean, I don't want to say no reason, because honestly, I think they actually did it for the betterment of, like, popularity, but... I don't like it.
Yeah,
I mean, the
neither
entire
do
reason
I.
I played zombies was because of the rounds, like the round,
Yeah.
like high score. There's no better wave game than BO1, like just straight up. That's just, I think that's just real. Like nothing even comes close. Like in terms of movement and complexity for a wave-based mode, I think BO1 is it.
Yeah. I think they got all the mechanics right. I think a lot of them stayed on with BL2. And then BL3 just completely threw that to the wayside for something else. BL3, BL2 also started with the whole, 255 round cap too, which is super fucked. And then, focusing more on Easter eggs, so there are a bunch of just random errors on the game that BL1 just didn't have. And quite frankly, the game is also, console has its issues, but I think in terms of parity, I think way closer in terms of the features that exist on each of the games. I think they're way closer, because BO2 is just missing a bunch of shit too. I don't know why on PC it's missing a bunch of things, but it is. And then obviously the 150 thing, the resets being different, that's so strange. I don't understand that at all. That's such a big problem for me. And just they can't make a working product, and they happen to make also just a really good zombies experience, and then just make it kind of sort of have parity with all the different ports that they made. It's actually really crazy. They never did that again. They never did it. They never did it again. Just, you can't play offline, the reset's different. What? How did they only do it once and they did it on probably the game I would actually want them to make it perfect on? That's very strange. Yeah, they're fucked. They're super fucked. Very annoying. And on some level, that has to be the developers' fault. I don't know why the developers thought to, not add movement speed and not add the the round cap. I don't think the shareholders were going, yeah, let's add a round cap. I think that is on the developers and the sort of director of the game. And then also people.
Well, it's just funny because nowadays that's literally like their main like talking point too. Is like, who's gonna be the first to get to round 935? Like, fuck off. Like, make it as long as possible. What are you
exactly doing? Yeah, not 9. Yeah, there shouldn't be a round cap ever. And why is it 935? That has nothing to do with us. That's some weird Easter egg lore bullshit. Remove that. Why do we have to be beholden to an Easter egg? We came here first. 935 didn't even exist when people were doing higher rounds. Fuck off. Get that away from me. I don't want that anywhere near my game. I don't want anything to be beholden to, an inferior way of playing the game, from my estimation.
See that they have a fucking cat wonder weapon in the last DLC too? They added a fucking cat as the wonder weapon. It just shoots. It's literally just a fucking cat. I actually like, I couldn't believe it, but I could at the same time. But like, I just
honestly, that doesn't even sound
like it. It's just so Fortnite. Like,
actually, that sounds Fortnite. Yeah. That doesn't even sound like the craziest thing that they've done. I'll take a cat wonder weapon any day of outside of, let me add a round cap to the game. What? There's a round cap in a high school game. Yeah, that's it. It's a round cap.
I definitely agree. I just think that's just how much they've just fallen from.
They're the gingerbread man in a multiplayer game. In Advanced Warfare. Oh my word. What was the real story behind that? It was some Make-A-Wish. I wonder if that was a real story. Oh, it was actually some dying kid on Make-A-Wish. I don't care. Don't put that in your game, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck the Make-A-Wish kid. I'm on my dying wish. Imagine that was on a BO1 era. I'm on my deathbed. And then what do you want to do to the game? Sorry. Please just make a gun that shoots gushes, and that's fucking it just comes to fruition. Oh my god, I'd be so pissed. Please just add a kawaii camo on instead of the actual Pack-a-Punch camo, and then just BO1 now just has a kawaii camo. I'll just kill myself. That Rick Toppin's a gingerbread man now, and the next map is inside a zoo water park or something. Just I don't know. Get the fuck away from me. But maybe you shouldn't be beholden to Make-A-Wish kids. I get they're, super ill and stuff and they're gonna die. Maybe don't ruin the fucking game for everyone else. I know it's really, really harsh, but fuck off.
What's your thoughts on camos on BO1 then? Do you think they're fucking cringe? Like just the entirety of it, or like
Was it custom
what type
camos?
of level do you? Yeah, yeah. What type of level do you level with in terms of custom camos on
I generally like the game to look as close to the original as possible because I actually like the game. Just on the level, the game actually just looks really nice and aesthetically pleasing. And I think on a level of, I fell in love with the game when it was, you know, this sort of, you know, killing Nazis and, you know, the remnants of, you know, old sort of Nazi, you know, labs of them doing human experimentation. And I think the serious of that is, hey, we just have to realize that this is a actual, you know, game where, you know, people actually die and are slaughtered. I don't want to have an anime girl just dancing on the screens of fire or something. I don't want to have a kawaii, you know. This is insane. It's a war game. It's a war game dealing with, and honestly, I think, you know, the depiction of war in Call of Duty is quite languid and pathetic on some level too, but at least it, you know, tries to look like a war and tries to look, you know, people getting their, you know, limbs blown up and stuff. And then you're doing it with, you know, like a Panda Shrek with, you know, bacon camo or something. You fucking no. I don't want a Panda Shrek with a bacon camo. Actually, I don't think that should be a thing.
Yeah.
And so I
always
make fun out of people for doing it, quite frankly.
Yeah. I used to be like that guy who like always loved camos, but now I like I've really gotten to the point where I actually just fucking hate it. Like it's just too ridiculous, and people still make it worse. And I think it should just like be hands and pap camo, like only.
Yeah.
I don't even think any more camos need to exist other than those in terms of like just going for like a legitimate high round. I think like even putting like bright pink on like the fucking Wonderwaff on Reese is like ridiculously like overpowered and gets rid of like the skill aspect of just simply looking at the box and being like, oh, I can determine that's a fucking waff up there. Like it's like a game changer if you get a waff or you completely miss it and have to do another 20 hits. Like
yeah. That is a thing. Yeah, we have to distinguish it. That's definitely a skill thing for sure. So for me, it's just like a purely aesthetic thing too. I understand these things, you know, OP and stuff.
you just like the look of it.
I think having a bright pink waff just looks like shit. It's just, you know, this really cool looking, you know, Wonder Waffer. This, you know, ultimate weapon that's, you know, very deliberately crafted. And I think of, you know, think of these coloring books that have, you know, where you're meant to color in, you know, a creature, and then somebody just goes with their crayon and then just goes, okay, let me get my crayon and just paint it, you know, all pink, and I'm not even painting within the edges. You know, at some point I just think this actually kind of just looks really shit. This just doesn't look good. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, a 5-year-old did this. This is, you know, definitely the work of a 5-year-old. Think about it. You see a kid, you see a kid's coloring book, and it just looks like shit. I'm thinking, why would you make the cheese? You know, the person eating a cheese just, you know, all pink. You know, why are they pink? Why is the cheese blue? You know, what's happening? This looks like shit. And then they're not drawing in the lines too.
Is fucking just
wait, what?
Absolute joke.
A McDonald's camo on Origins? I've not seen this.
I think Knockawake had 154, and he just like ran only like McDonald's camos. Like the robots were all red, yellow, blue. Same with the tank. It had a McDonald's symbol on the front of it. Like it's just
oh my goodness.
So dumb. I don't get why people just have like even a theme. Like they don't stick with the theme of the game. They just throw in some random ass theme and just run with it. Or like even like Snow no Numa, where people will run Snow no Numa and not even have like the Shino Snow no Numa zombies. They'll just change the color of the zombies so they can just see them easier. And just looks ugly, and frankly, I'd say it's just akin to cheating. Like I think it's actually almost cheating to have like red zombies so you can see it like easier, or because like sometimes like your time to react like is like seeing a zombie's hand through a doorway, and like if you don't react to like that hand, then you're just fucking dead. Especially on Shino Suicide, that there's like this door next to obviously a trap, and like if they spawn next to that window, then you can't see them until the last minute until they run up to the door. So if you just have their head or their hand like full fucking red, like it just makes it so much easier to distinguish. Like this guy is just right in this fucking doorway, and like I'm just not going to die because I could just see it. Compared to like all green Shinonuma, where they have green hands, the background is all brown, everything mixes together, and it's way harder to react like that.
Yeah, for sure. Changing too much is definitely it's definitely an advantage, and it definitely looks just shit anyway. Because I think the creative, you know, I'll shit on, you know, the devs all day. I think that creative direction was masterful. I think they really understood, you know, what the game should look like. The creative team was so, I mean, the creative team was so good. You know, these are the people that sort of made incredible. Think about these songs on the game. Those songs are actually cool, and the way they're integrated, which is, you know, it's the game over songs, and then they change them into actual full-fledged songs on the next game. I think, on the next map. I think that's just, you know, incredibly a creative thing. So I think that they sort of art direction
I
in the game.
loved that.
Mm-hmm,
Like even like as a casual, that was amazing. Like
yeah, exactly, same, yeah.
You get a preview of like the next song in the next map. Like that was cool as fuck.
Yeah, and the songs sound actually good. I mean, good sound one too, and then all of the sound effects.
BO1 is the only game with good songs. I think all the other games are not so.
You don't like the
World
War
ones
as
well, because World of War counts. But
yeah, World of War. It's funny
because BO1, but after that BO2, it's just shit. Like the first song, "Carry On" Transit, that was terrible. Absolutely.
I don't feel as strongly to the next songs. I didn't really grow up with the BO2 songs. I was really just a BO1 warrior. Never always have been. This frenzy guy's typing to me. What's he saying? It's been playing DS1, so he needs to just run everything past me. I'm a Dark Souls player. Apparently, I'm the CEO of Dark Souls now. Yeah. I like it's the sort of aesthetic direction of BO1. Just stick with what they did. No, it's a sort of a hive mind, by the way. I just don't like what they did. I'm not gonna, just going into an artist's work. It's like, oh, I don't think this thing needs to be here. So okay, like Mr. Arrogant, sort of dictating. Nah, this. Actually, McDonald's, please.
For aesthetics.
I don't know how the fuck I did that. I'm not really paying attention. I didn't even realize I was on round 18. Fuck.
Lock in.
Yeah. I haven't been. I've just been talking and trying to find the next things to say. Yeah, I think also too, I think the arrogance of, and I think it's cool. I like this arrogance because I think it breeds a lot of creativity. Because I think some people just do have better ideas in terms of what the game should look like. Changing the map camo. I'm sorry, the actual cyborg, whatever the fuck camo that actually exists, the circuit board. I don't know, it looks like shit. I don't even know why they did it. The World of War camo looked masterful. On World of War, I think it looked really good. I would never change that camo. There's no need to. Maybe change the what color chrome it was, but I wouldn't. There isn't even any need to for me. That circuit board on PO1 is dog shit. That's actually bad art direction. I don't know what the fuck they were doing there, and they just never changed it.
I think it looks alright in some guns, but like it looks terrible on like the T-gun and
all the important guns.
The baby gun too. Oh god, that one's gross.
I don't like it at all.
I don't think it fits with the wonder weapons, but I found it like all right for like, I don't know, like the crossbow. Like I feel like the crossbow, it looks fine. Same with other guns, but they really could have done better, I think. But yeah, I don't think it's terrible. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. To me, that's the worst one. That's my least favorite one. At least the games that I've played. Actually, BO2's transit camo, I did not like that one at all. Either is not aesthetically pleasing. I think it's all the dark ones that you can't really make out.
I actually like that camo.
Interesting. No, I don't like it at all. Mob and Origins, yeah, I'm a big fan. Actually, I don't even know now. I think I might actually go back on it. Mob, I do. I'm always gonna be partial to Mob. I actually don't know how I feel about Origins. I think Origins is a little bit sort of okay. This this game is getting a little bit too, you know, the aesthetic is turning really different now. It's going past what I think is appropriate. Because it's clearly divorced from hold on, let me put myself on D&D. How do I do that? I have to scroll for it now? Or is it just because I've got it on the one? Alright. Let me return to what I was saying. Yeah, I think the aesthetic of the game slowly transitioned from, you know, old World War II locations that, you know, sort of had, you know, really dark, sinister designs, I guess, intended in these things. So I think Killing the Dead there, I think, is a little bit dark. I like that sort of darkness that exists in World at War and BO1 Zombies that I think they were just completely uninterested in going. They wanted to, you know, have Templar zombies and stuff, and I just think that has nothing to do with zombies to me. To me, that's just not the aesthetic of zombies. It should never have. I don't want to, you know, kill medieval knights. Go, whoa, you know, there's a Templar and I'm killing a Templar. What the fuck does that? This has nothing to do with the game. This is, you know, a World at War
Never
sort
thought
of.
about it like that.
But think about it, how it turned from. It went from like a very sort of scientific game where a lot of things were solved by science to, I'd say it's reverse Dragon Ball, where Dragon Ball was just magic at the beginning and sort of this martial art latent sort of skill, and it just turned into more of a sci-fi thing. And I think Zombies had the opposite, where it's just this very sci-fi sort of game where, you know, it's like, oh, the meteor came down and, you know, we can create these wonder weapons. But then it's sort of mixed in with the dark past of World War II, where you do have, you know, a lot of the Nazi experimentations were crazy, and same with the Japan. And so just having these sort of depicted in the Zombies game, I think is actually a really creative way to sort of express, you know, the bad things happen. I think it really fits with the theme of, you know, what the campaign is, which is, you know, you sort of, it's World War II, right?
Yeah.
To me, they really fucked up the vibes and atmosphere by adding, you know, Templars and magic, and they're actually old wizards in the past. I don't even know what the lore is. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know what the lore is, but I know in the BO3 ending.
Yeah, after BO2, I don't fucking care.
After, you know, whenever, I don't care. I actually have never cared, but yeah. It's discussing what they've done to the game. And to this beautiful aesthetic that was carefully curated since World of War. I'm just not taking hits today. And I'm loving every second of it. That means I'm on round 20. I'm gonna pause for that because I don't wanna, I just wanna recalibrate. Get ready for it. I wasn't expecting round 20 immediately, but I do have this thing where I just play better on the first game. It always happens.
Yeah, I play better on the first hour, like the first hour of the session, than I play worse, and that's when I just think it's not worth it anymore to play any longer.
Yeah, I have to do short burst as well. But it's always the first game. The first game just goes so far. And I don't know why. I don't know if what the psychology behind that is. I actually should look into that because I think it is actually kind of important to know. Just in terms of spending time effectively.
Low expectations, probably. Just not thinking. Just gaming. Probably helps.
Yeah, man. Okay,